Hello again. In my last reaction video I mentioned there was another one I wanted to react to soon after the last one. As it turns out there were two, and this one I'm about to called Golda, because you've seen the title, took me by surprise. I had seen it and I thought my first instinct was not to react to it because I didn't know, judging by the thumbnail, the picture, I didn't recognize who the actress was. And then when I did find out who the actress was, I didn't hesitate to give it a go. Because I've heard of Golda, because in the 80s, early 80s I think, there was, maybe late 70s, no, early, it's probably based around the late 70s, but the TV film of the early 80s starred Ingrid Bergman. So I always remembered that, and of course Golda is an important politician in world politics, and I don't know anything about her other than she's a Jewish leader. So because of Ingrid Bergman having played her, because it's Helen Mirren playing her, it actually premiered 4 months ago at the Berlin Film Festival, and there are videos about that explaining what might be a controversial casting of Helen Mirren, so you can find that video. So this one is from Bleecker Street, and that's another reason why I glanced over it, because I didn't recognize it as a film company, but it is the sole, what looks like the sole producer of this film. So without further ado, let's react.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Today, the Egyptian and Syrian armies launched an offensive against Israel. Our enemies hoped to surprise the citizens of Israel on Yom Kippur.
Our troops are outnumbered 7 to 1.
If the Arabs reach Tel Aviv, Israel will be wiped off the map. In my day, they stood for the Prime Minister.
Secretary Kissinger is on the line.
Remember that I am first an American, second I am Secretary of State, and third I am a Jew.
You forget that in Israel we read from right to left.
The American people will pay a high price for supporting Israel.
If we have to, we will fight alone.
Our troops on the canal, they're surrounded.
You rescue these boys.
Might lead to catastrophe.
If the Americans throw us to the dogs, I will not be taken alive.
The Egyptians have fired a cruise missile at Tel Aviv.
Well, I'm not going to get under the table, but don't let me stop you. If the Egyptians defeat us with Soviet weapons, what message does that send to the free world?
The Russians are preparing 11 airborne divisions.
When I was a child in Ukraine, they would beat Jews to death in the street for fun. I am not that little girl hiding in the cellar.
Hold by brave ascent, hold by accident.
Do you know how many people died?
All those boys. I will carry that pain to my grave.
Hold by his lady's command, hold by
We will keep fighting for a guarantee of life and peace.
shall I say is calling.
Right, I'm going to watch it back again, and yep. So what I did was I watched it again so I could fill any lapse of attention that I have. And it's a good thing I did, really, because I didn't realise Liev Schreiber was was playing Henry Kissinger. So it's nice to see him do another character part. I think he's played some. So yeah, him and Helen Mirren I recognise. Camille Cottin, I didn't know her name. I've seen her face a lot. In fact, I think she's in in the video I reacted to a few days ago. A Haunting in Venice. I saw the face. I've seen her. She's been on TV a lot as well, in a lot of TV dramas. And I didn't know her name. Camille Cottin. So that's who she was. I went through the IMDb cast list, and well, not IMDb actually, it was Wikipedia's cast of the film. I didn't recognise anybody else except Henry Goodman, who's a British stage actor who dabbles into film and TV, but he's mainly a stage actor. I recognised him. So it's a good performance film. There's a bit of humour here and there, despite the subject matter. I thought that quote was interesting about we read from right to left. Obviously that's a political meaning as well. And of course it's a bit of a history lesson as well. I mean, I wasn't surprised about Egypt and Syria, but Russia and Ukraine, that was an education, if you like. I wasn't aware of that, and of course because it's those two countries, it's topical as well. But the performances are good. I'm not sure if I'll be watching it, because there's always things going on in life that, unless it's escapism or, I mean, if it sweeps up at the Oscars, then of course I will have to watch it and see if it is better than it seems. So yeah, it's an interesting film, if anything. Good acting. That's about it. The writer I've never heard of, the director I've never heard of, but definitely worth a reaction to. It comes out on the 25th, which was yesterday, I believe. Yeah, so there you have it.